Zealand in any sport is always intense, and so it was when this year's rugby league tests were played. The first was at Auckland's Carlaw Park, and the Kiwis were at full strength. In the lead-up week, almost anyone who had an opinion was predicting a tight match and a narrow Kiwi victory.
Meninga starting. Well, we're expecting a torrid match right from the start. The tackling's going to be hard. Australia's strength has always been their defence and their ability to turn defence into attack.
Offside, Australian back line. He's caught them all offside right from the start. Penalty to New Zealand. Then they weren't back 5 yards and the referee is signaling as such. They must stay back 5 yards.
Gary Campbell for the line. Hasn't found it. Well, a good tackle and Australia lose possession. So the Kiwis on to attack. Dane Sorensen. One of the two Sorensen brothers that the Australians will be looking to tackle out of the game early if they can. Mark Graham. Hard tackling, he loses the ball in the tackle. Australia with 6 tackles in hand. Dave Brown, the big 17-stone prop.
Same penalty against New Zealand, not 5 yards, the referee says. He wants room for them to work in, both these teams. If he gets it, of course, we'll get a real spectacular game. Shot for goal.
Meninga's going to have a shot. 40 metres out, straight in front. Meninga with an amazing kicking record. Played a very hard game on Tuesday night in the State of Origin match, as did many of these players, to get their test place. The team was picked immediately after that match. Meninga finished with blood streaming down from one eye and looking very battered and worn, but he's a hard fellow. 16 stone, 6'1" policeman from Queensland. Works as a public relations officer for the Queensland Police. Of Aboriginal descent. Crowd a little unsporting, but the points are there, and Australia are on the board already with 2 minutes gone in the test match.
Well, New Zealand's got to realise they can't give penalties away if a man can kick that distance. He cleared the bar by a good 15 yards, so that's a 55-metre kick.
Greg Brentnell. It's a big kick. He makes 30-odd metres.
Campbell's going down.
I think Gary Campbell may be coming off. The replacement back, as we said, is Shane Varley, who's a halfback, so I don't know what they'll do with the back line. While the Australians running at Wally Lewis. Lewis gets the pass back, even in the tackle. Sterling flicks it on. Meninga. The Australians with a chance to right up on attack here. Greg Brentnell. Got to be in with a chance. Sterling still going. Still looking to slip the pass away, and he gets it out to Steve Rogers. New Zealand players really needing to wrap up those tackles. Sterling again, looking to set something up. Howie Tamati hasn't, but he still gets the ball away. Dave Brown. Wally Fullerton-Smith, the Queensland man. Australians right on the line now. Gerard whips it out to Brentnell. Brentnell's well tackled. 3-on-1. First time we've seen Joe Ropati touch the ball, and that has got to be a try for Meninga. No, it's not.
He is offside. He was in front of that little short kick from Peter Sterling, the halfback. It was a brilliant kick, really, but Meninga was in front of the man that kicked it, and the referee quite rightly has ruled offside and just saved New Zealand because Meninga was over.
Have a look at it again. Meninga was just up too quickly. Peter Sterling, the little blonde-haired halfback, put the kick through, and as John said, a brilliant kick. Meninga up there, but too fast. Robin Whitfield, the referee, right on the spot to see. And now New Zealand, let's see what they can do with their 6 tackles. Come on, move! Howie Tamati waiting. Dane Sorensen. Well, they're certainly true to their words. Prior to the match, the Australians said their first objective would be to tackle the Sorensens out of the game. Broadhurst, fumbling just a little, puts the kick up. Brentnell's back.
Farley's on the field, substitute back.
Good tackle from Joe Rodbarty.
That's the two big men that clashed. Eric Blake is the biggest winger in Australia. Young Joseph Rapati first test, and he crunched him.
Number 13 is Paul McCabe. Normally a big second rower with the 13 jersey on today.
Knock on by Australia. Loose head to New Zealand and put into New Zealand. First scrum of the match. Penalty to Australia. He doesn't like the way the New Zealand front row have packed, so the referee's given an immediate penalty. Robin Whitfield from England. Now he's signalling down on the ground for the hooker. He evidently wants the hooker to stand up, create the clear tunnel.
James Luluai has gone back to fullback. Shane Barley is playing halfback. Fullback's not a position unfamiliar to James Luluai. The Australians running it again. Grillitsch, Wally Smith in there. Going nowhere. Broadhurst the tackle.
Well, the Kiwis are a little bit foolish at the moment. They're playing the best rugby league team in the world, and they're giving away some silly penalties just at the moment, right in front of the sticks.
A simple 2 points for Melmaninga. 10 minutes gone, Australia leading 4-0. But Arkoi puts it out.
Here we are, back in Australian territory.
Kurt Sorensen, and they were waiting for that.
He wasn't running onto the ball, actually, though. That's you're a sitting duck if you're going to do that.
Howie Tamati. Kurt Sorensen waiting. Running onto the ball.
Now that's running onto it, of course.
Broadhurst still gets the pass back. Shane Varley flecking it on into the line. Mark Graham loses the ball. They've got it again, but knocked off.
Bad luck there for New Zealand. It was looking dangerous then. The holes were starting to open up. But slightly forward. Mark Graham was actually jolted in the tackle. The Australians are actually tackling machines, really.
Mark Graham starting to play out wide now.
Just a little bit.
James Luluai showing some of the speed he was famous for a few years ago. Ron O'Regan almost at the line. Ron O'Regan, and the Kiwis starting to fire. Shane Varley flicks it out. Gordon Smith through Fred Arkoi. Dean Bell back to Arkoi. Can he do something with it? Smith. They're looking every which way, but the Australian defence just holds.
Real pressure on the Aussies now.
Broadhurst puts it on. Nice pass to Mark Graham. Nicely out to Kurt Sorensen. James Luluai scores the try. And the crowd goes wild as James Luluai moves back to fullback after Gary Campbell came off the paddock injured. James Luluai puts first points on the board. The try scored for the Kiwis. 4-all.
Listen to the crowd.
To make it 6 with the conversion, and listen to that crowd go berserk. What a superb try. After they looked all the way as they were going to do something. Mark Broadhurst just delaying the pass to Mark Graham. Graham had Kurt Sorensen outside him, and then Luluai put into position, just had to dot it down. Nice finishing.
Here we come. Originated from a running fullback position from Luluai. The Kiwis switched twice. Have been left, now they're coming right again. Here they're backing up, out again. Here comes Luluai screaming up for the second time in the movement. Big hole and easy try. Pressure of Test football is showing now in this quarter. Referee not happy with the scrum. Trying to settle it.
Ball has got to be rolled along the ground and must be hooked through the second row. Sterling. Brentnell.
Brentnell's definitely hurt. He's not happy at all.
Growth. Eric Growth. The big winger for Australia. And if Brentnall's hurt, the replacement may not be good news for New Zealand, because the back replacement's Mark Murray, who's a superb player, anywhere in half a dozen positions in the back line. Dave Brown, the big man there, getting the pass away. Sterling.
Big smother by Gordon Smith.
Australians up on attack. Wally Fullerton-Smith flicking it back to Wally Lewis. The Australians now looking to get a try. Brentnall, a little chip up. Luai's under it and safe. New Zealand back in possession. A bit of a respite for them. Roll party. Sorensen still taking a lot of putting down. Howie Tamati having a little run. Kiwis are running it at them now. Gary Pro. Well, a little bit of the fire's gone out of that Kiwi side. Smith with the little kick through. And the Kiwis get it again, and Smith's on the burst. Inside him. Well, nowhere to go, but they make good ground. See what they can do with it now. Australians have possession.
6 tackle operating again. Possession back to Australia.
Wally Lewis with the break. So I thought the tackle count was back to 0 with an Australian having touched it.
I think he must have missed that.
Growth. Gets through Ropati.
Oh, there he goes.
Well, Growth is still on his way. Luai to beat. Luai brings him down. Back inside and knocked on by McKay.
Well, that shows the strength of Eric Growth from the Parramatta Club in Sydney. The strongest winger, they say, in the world. You could see him then break 2 tackles that had him right on the sideline, but he broke right through them. But a great tackle by James Luai. And fortunately, a knock-on by Australia.
Almost looking like a certain try for Australia. Kiwis have the ball. Bali. Thrown. Looking outside and nobody there. Mark Graham. Hard tackle from Wally Fullerton-Smith. Arcoy puts it up. Growth's there, right on the sideline, once again, needs to be stopped. Jeff Gerard. Sterling. Play the knock-on.
Knock-on, says the referee. You can see test match nerves now with both sides. It's the continuation of another struggle and a slight settling down period for the second half.
James Luai again looking fired up. He's running. This is the best game we've seen out of James Luai for a long, long time. Thrown.
The bust was nearly there.
Boy still gets his pass out. O'Regan. Dean Bell. Certainly got some paces. Dean Bell. Young 21-year-old from Auckland. Thrown. Kiwi's starting to fling it about a wee bit more now. Starting to get some pace back. Looked a little slow as they started for the second half. James Luai nowhere to go there.
Kurt Sorensen hasn't got into the game this half yet.
Chip through from Gordon Smith. Bowstead, Brentnall. And Brentnall is certainly not well. Greg Brentnall normally very, very fast and swerving in his run and normally makes yardage from a position like that. Brilliant. Good tackle, Mark Broadhurst. Brilliant plays it himself. Howie Tamati the tackle.
Come on, New Zealand! Come on, Kiwis!
Rogers. Nicely stolen. Gordon Smith having a good game at stand-up. Fred Arcoy. Smith. Shane Varley. Crow. Roll party. Tackled by Steve Rogers. Little double round from Gary Crow with Shane Varley.
Backing up, not quite there at the moment from the Kiwis, but the holes are there.
Gary Prome starting to come alive, though. Howie Tamati gets it back. Salvaged by Gordon Smith.
Good little tidier, Gordon Smith. Settles things down.
And there's Kurt Sorensen. Into the game for the first time, and James Littaway almost through again. Well, they've got to come back, but...
Referee says all right, that he was offside. Very, very marginal, that one.
But James Littaway running hot.
Have a look at this now.
Brentnell with the kick.
Comes Lualai.
Well,
6 of one and half a dozen of the other.
Bit of a marginal decision, but they didn't score from it. Lualai was certainly in there. Kiwi tackling still good. Sterling. McCabe. Flicks it back. Vorton. Wally Lewis.
Starting to become dangerous, Wally Lewis. That's the 5'8" for Australia.
Sterling. Peter Sterling's a nippy little player and a tricky player, but he's inclined to hold on to it occasionally, isn't he? Rogers.
It's what we call a crowbar in league. He won't let it go.
Brentnell. Wally Lewis. The kick. Dean Bell. Well, Dean Bell has impressed every member of the crowd here today, every time he's touched the ball. Flicking it on. Kurt Sorensen out wide. Gary Prome out there too. Prome running beautifully, and this is the form we saw from Gary Prome for Auckland against Hull just a week or so ago. And the Kiwis fired up now and flinging it around. Good pass to Mark Graham, ranging out wide. They've got something set up out of the Kiwis now. Beautiful running.
Oh, wonderful football. Wonderful.
Playing it quickly again, the Kiwis. Running beautifully in the backs. James Littaway out there. Sorensen couldn't hold it.
Lost possession, unfortunately. Australia's ball.
And Roe Party may just have injured Steve Rogers. Just having a look at the run again. There's Eric Crow.
Oh, there's a try.
And that's a runaway try to the big Australian winger. Eric Crow, 6'1", 15 stone, playing in his 5th test for Australia. The Parramatta winger and the biggest and strongest winger in the world gets a runaway try.
Well, entirely against the run of play, but that's football. New Zealanders had the Australian team on their knees with that 80-yard movement, but just shows you attack and counter-attack. That's the name of the game. And the Australians and big Eric Grace, the strong man of the Australian backline, of course, in strength. And he just powered through 2 or 3 tackles. Lualai just couldn't get him.
The only man who got near to getting a hand to him was Mark Broadhurst. It wasn't close enough, so runaway try makes the score. Australia 8, New Zealand 4, 10 minutes gone, second half, and a very easy kick for Mal Meninga. And it's there. Australia lead New Zealand with 11 minutes gone. Australia's got the ball. Tight head to Australia. Wally Lewis. Mal Meninga. Proving very hard to tackle Mal Meninga. A little bit of play going on off the ball there at the moment.
Shane Varley sticking to his task. tackling at the moment.
McCabe running beautifully. Steve Rogers finishes it. And right behind the posts. Well, the Australian pressure had to crack the Kiwi defence eventually.
Well, yes, the defence has been wilting for the last 5 minutes now. They haven't been making the tackles first up. Allowed that freedom.
A little bit of untidy play before it and quite a bit of play off the ball. See how it came. Paul Vaughton, a little double round with Grillage. McCabe up there running beautifully. Good pace and sets up Steve Rogers just hanging off to his right. And Steve Rogers goes right round behind the post to finish it and make the kick easier for Mal Meninga.
Here we go again. Max Grillage, the captain. Paul McCabe running on well. Drawing the defence. Steve Rogers never misses scoring a try from those positions. You give him 2 yards and it'll be all over. Just showed his footwork then.
Mal Meninga puts the points there. No trouble at all with a kick like that. 16-4, Australia leading.
And with another Kiwi defeat against the world champions, there was the almost inevitable resignation amongst the fans that once again we weren't good enough at finishing, despite having looked the better side for most of the game. The second test was in Brisbane, and without Mark Graham at the helm, it was very easy in the preceding week to get outrageous odds on the seemingly unlikely comeback. But too many people underestimated the skill of Graham Lowe and the spirit of that fine bunch of men we now remember as the '83 Kiwi side.